It's called Rue Republica. If you go to the DR, definitely go to that resort. It's a really good resort. You know, all access drinks. Did a really good steakhouse on the site. Just phenomenal trip.
Oh, that's what it is, man. So, are you ready to play for a $50 Foot Locker gift card to add to your Sneakerhead Swag Famous collection?
Absolutely, let's get it on, man.
All right. Channell Wilkinson, the What's Next podcast, Sneakerhead Swag Famous game show. Let's go to our first question, Chanel. And this question is a wrestling question. So, this particular female wrestler, uh, her sneakers took a 2 year process for creating her Air blank sneakers. This particular wrestler had 2 years process for creating her Air sneakers. So, if you could either give me her name and or the name of her sneakers. Um, are you familiar with wrestling?
100%. I've been a wrestling nerd essentially my whole life, man.
Absolutely. And I know that you guys did a wrestling podcast. I'm going to put a link to that particular podcast in the description of this show. So, can you name this particular wrestler that had a 2 year process for her sneakers being created? Her name and or the name of the sneakers?
I unfortunately can't give you the name of the sneaker, but I do know that is Liv Morgan.
Absolutely, Liv Morgan. And it's real easy. The name of her sneakers are the
Air Morgans. Okay.
Air Morgans. Absolutely. Hey, good job. Good job. Again, you're on point. You're what, 22, 23-year old college graduate, right?
I am 22 years old. Yep, graduated from college less
22.
than a year ago.
Double deuce, double deuce. That's what's up. So,
GG.
so good job. Way to start off the show, man. So, getting back to the Dominican Republic, um, give us some more info on some of the party and fun that you had. Give me a partying experience from the DR, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So, for one party we went to, we went outside the resort, just to kind of see what it's like, off the resort and everything. And we went to this local bar and everything. They were. It was funny. They were playing some Spanish music, but it was a lot of hip hop that they were playing over there, and I found that very surprising because we were very much off the coast, and there weren't a lot of English speakers. So I'm surprised we were playing like English rap music and everything like that. So that was cool. And then also, to keep a long story short, it's good to know you don't need to know a whole lot of English to have some action. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, a little action, a little
Little
um,
action,
a little action, a little sand, a little sun,
a
a
little
little
sun.
umbrella drink,
Yep, you already know.
key card sliding.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You already know. You know what it's like,
All
OG.
all right. So let's get back to the show. Sneakerhead Swag Famous Game Show. We got another question for you coming right up. And this is in regards to the ladies NCAA championship game. Caitlin Clark, she was sticking with the what sneakers for the women's national championship, Iowa versus LSU. Caitlin Clark, what sneakers did she rock in the NCAA championship, Iowa versus LSU?
Ooh, that's a tough. That's tough.
And I can give you a hint. I
Yeah,
could
I
give you.
might need a hint on this one.
Could you cheat a little bit so I could see you on camera? Kind of
Yeah,
cheat to
you
the
see,
no cheat to the right or left.
uh,
See how I'm moving like this?
Yeah, I see.
It'll be more
So
to okay. No,
there
no,
we
no.
go.
But this is order for me to give you a hint. So a particular ball player's wife gifted the team some sneakers. Um, that's
Hmm, that's a tough one. I'm
and
going to go with.
her last name is Bryant.
Oh, she was wearing. Oh, she was wearing. She was wearing some Kobe's.
Yeah, she was wearing some Kobe's. Absolutely, she was.
That was
She
a
was
big one.
wearing
Thank you.
the Bruce Lee's.
Okay. Although they're
She
nice too.
Bruce
Though they're
Lee's.
real nice too.
Huh?
I said though they're real nice too. I'm looking at it now. These are real nice shoes. I would like them.
Oh yeah,
That-
those are fire, man.
Those are
And
amazing.
Caitlin is a baller, man. She hit from anywhere on the court, all day long, man. I put her in my starting five any day. Caitlin Clark definitely goes in my starting five, man.
There
Um,
you
so
go.
uh, absolutely. So before we go on to the next question, we're gonna need another Dominican Republic story from you, if you could.
Absolutely. Let me think of it. Let me think of a good. Let me think of a good one. So on the resort, they had like some. They had some music. They had some music and everything. And everything was going good. All vibes were good. All of a sudden, you see this little guy. Couldn't have been any taller than 5'6", 5'7", maybe even not even that.
Mm.
You see him throw a glass bottle across the area. It seemed like he was trying to hit someone, and he was enraged, mad. You don't even know. I wish I knew about what, but all of a sudden we're like walking around. Someone there's like a glass that flies over my head, and
What?
almost hit somebody, almost and then almost hit someone, and you see him just like going off and everything. It was crazy because it was like it almost hit my hair. Thankfully, I have really tall hair, so it wasn't gonna hit my head. But like, yeah,
Right.
there was a ball that came real close to hitting me in the head that day. So
Oh man, that's unfortunate. And see, that's the thing, about when we talked about being on your P's and Q's, because stuff like that will pop off at a party. And that is, even though it was the resort, is not necessarily a private party. And we kind of talked about that, where it's invitation only, a resort, a knucklehead could get in and kind of mess stuff up for everybody, man.
yeah,
And it could have been that way.
yeah. But thankfully everything was all good after that. Security was great over there. Security definitely made sure to deflate the situation very quickly. So it didn't hit me in the head, and all things were good after that.
Okay, so yeah, you're doing great, man. You done got 2 out of 5, um, and again today you are playing for a FootLocker gift card to add to your sneakerhead collection. And for those at home, if you'd like to play Sneakerhead Swag Famous Game Show, uh, all you need to do is subscribe, comment, like, and share one of our videos, and you too can play Sneakerhead Swag Famous Game Show. Also, for the viewers at home, if you'd like to support Sneakerhead Swag Famous Game Show, I just wanted to highlight our Cash App. And that's one way that you can support the show. And there's also going to be a link where you can buy myself, Harry Dynamite Sports. We put the in sports. You can buy myself a cup of coffee and or the staff a cup of coffee. It'll be a link in the description of the show momentarily. So next up, the next question is a sneaker question. So name the NBA Finals that Michael Jordan rocked this particular Jordan. Name the NBA Finals that Michael Jordan rocked this particular Jordan shoe. Are you familiar? Are you familiar with this particular Jordan?
I am familiar with that particular Jordan. I'm going. I'm gonna go 98. I think that was a nine. I think he wore that in 98, if I'm not mistaken. Ah, come on. I know. 91.
91, 91. But hey, you're 2 for 3, and we got another NCAA Women's Championship game. The quest for a championship coming up. The LSU Women's NCAA basketball team. They were gifted a sneaker during the NCAA Elite Eight and for the championship game. What sneakers was the LSU Women's NCAA Elite Eight basketball team gifted?
Ooh, that's let me see. Can I have a hint? Can I have a hint?
Hint. It's
Oh, actually, I think I know. I think they were. It matches the colors. They got some Kobe's
bam.
by
You
Vanessa Bryan. Vanessa Bryan gifted them some Kobe. I remember the story now.
She gifted them the Kobe sixes. She gifted the other team Iowa Kobe fives and Kobe sixes, and they rocked the Grinch colorway during the Elite Eight. I like those Grinch. They remind me of those lime green Rick and Morty's that you got.
Yeah.
With that Grinch color.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite shoes that I have. The Lamella Rick and Morty sneakers are fantastic, but I like those shoes that those girls have on a lot better. I would definitely like to have those. Vanessa Bryan, give me some Kobe. Why not? Just
There you go. There you go. This young man college graduate, 22 years old, doing the right thing, living and enjoying and staying out of the way. Gift this man some Kobe's.
There you go.
All right. So one more partying experience. You want to wrap that up, and then we'll go on to the final question that we have.
Everything was pretty standard after that. I have one friend who definitely was drunk as hell. And he was it wasn't much of a party story, but he was fumbling around and everything, and next thing you know, he was all over the place. My roommate
He
literally
didn't
had
call
to,
Earl. Did he call Earl? Please tell me he called Earl.
My roommate literally had to pick him up out of our room and literally carry him back to his room. And he was fighting back and everything. My roommate literally had to pick him up and carry him to his own room, get him on his bed, and finally he just he had a good night, but possibly too good of a night, you know.
And we talked about you being out of the way, and that's the opposite. That's called in the way.
In the way. There you go.
That's called in the way. So let's get back to Sneakerhead Swag Famous game show. Channell Wilkinson, What's Next podcast. We're going to put a link to the wrestling podcast that you did in the description of the show, as well as a way to support Sneakerhead Swag Famous game show. And let's go for another sneaker question. Are you familiar with these Air Jordans?
Not as familiar with those. Those are ones I'm not as familiar with, but I do know Air Jordans.
Yeah. So, which NBA championship did Air Jordan rock these particular Jordans in?
I might need some options for this one. I might need some options for this one.
You want to phone a friend?
That's why I wish I could. My friends wouldn't know either. I'm gonna go 95. 95. Jeez, I'm messing up the Jordans today. I'm off my game with this.
Hey, it's all good, man. It's all good. You have done a wonderful job staying out of the way, staying healthy, happy, living and enjoying life, man. Channell Wilkerson, the What's Next podcast. He just won a $50 FOOTLOCKER gift card. And which particular sneakers do you have your eye on to add with this gift card?
You know what? I was at the mall yesterday. I was really looking at some slides that I like from Foot Locker. You know, I just some nice comfortable slides just to walk around casually with. I was thinking about something like that.
I can dig it. I can dig it. And everyone at home, you're watching Sneakerheads Swag Famous game show, Trash versus Cash. And I don't know if Channell knows, but the reason why we decided to name this particular show, game show, Trash versus Cash, is because if you go to Dynamite Sports TV, I have a short clip there showing me throwing a pair of 11s in the trash. And the reason I did that is because I'm a diehard Detroit Piston fan, bad boy. And during our reign, we didn't really mess with Jordan like that. But in retrospect, you know, when I look back, I was actually throwing away cash. So,
Hey, it's a competitor in you, man. It's a competitor in you. I don't blame you.
thank you, bro. Thank you. That is the competitor in me. I appreciate you not blaming me, man. And hey, we had a great time, man. I always appreciate you. We're going to be doing more things in the future with the What's Next podcast. You want to talk about your podcast a little bit before we get out of here?
Yeah, absolutely. So what I do right now, I do the sports podcast, What's Next Podcast Sports. Me and my boy Nick Provenzado, we do sports podcasts, and I will be coming out actually with episode with you. April 30th, we are going to do an episode of the What's Next podcast, and also there will be one more coming out a little beforehand with a friend named Anaya. We're going to be talking about mental health stuff on the 27th. So looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Channell Wilkinson, What's Next podcast, Harry Dynamite Sports. We put the in sports. And we're going to do it like this.
I'm going mainstream. Yeah, I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream.
Harden gift. When I look at your tapes, I always think of James Harden immediately. I was like, his step back J is off the chain. It's quick, it's pronounced, and you could choose these step back.
Those are so
Funky
clean.
fresh.
I'm gonna have to go with the shoes.
You're gonna go with the shoes. Okay.
I'm gonna go with the shoes.
You're missing out so much.
I know. I can appreciate the craftsmanship in the wall, and whoever made that, shout out to them. But I think I'm gonna have to go with the shoes.
I'm going mainstream. Mainstream.
There we go.